Good morning, 801. This is being made especially with you in mind. We are going to be doing lesson number 13, mini project with the animation. This is what we made yesterday. We made on Wednesday with 802, something like this. We have the background, we have a big sprite in the middle, and then we have a sprite with some motion to it. So I am going to go through version history, and I'm going to start all over, and I'm going to walk you through what exactly I'm expecting from you. This will be graded on a scale of 1 to 10. So please just follow along the best you can and get it done. First thing we're going to do, and we don't even need to worry about which one we're on because they're linked. Right here it says link. So it doesn't matter which one we're on. I'm going to tell you what to put on. First thing we're going to put in is a background. Now the background is going to have to be a color other than white. So we're going to go into drawing. The top one says background, and it's going to be something other than white. I'm going to choose yellow just because it gives us a nice light background. Okay? Background. When we go into add sprites, do not choose a background. We are going to use our solid color background. We're going to go into animation now. Some of you may remember, we're going to click on new animation, and you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to give you a model that you can follow. It's just like the previous one that we did on lesson 10, where we had to make a scene. We're going to add 4 pieces of a background. Some kind of a background that supports whatever our sprites are going to be today. So I'm going to go into faces. And I'm going to add 4 faces. I'll try to be as diverse as possible. So I'm going to click on one. I'm going to say done. And you can see that how it appears over here on the screen. I'm going to unclick that. And I'm going to click another one, hit done, and she's added over there too. I am going to go down a little bit. Let me get another, click on that kid. Oh, it didn't add. Know what I didn't do? I didn't unhook this one. So I'm going to turn that one off, and now I'm going to click done, and now I have that. Turn that one off, and let me see if I can find another diverse. I'll choose one of the. I'll choose the purple guy, and I'm done. Make sure I have it over here. Exit it out. Discard selection, and there I go. I actually have it twice, so I'm going to get rid of one of these, so I don't get confused about which one I'm using. Okay. All right. So we have our 4 characters. This is going to be my background as far as my basketball game. So I'm going to go into sprites. We're going to do this. We're going to do this 4 times for our background. Remember, this is part of our background. I'm going to pull out sprite. I'm going to pull out the dot notation. And I'm going to pull out scale. I'm going to drop the animation down, and I'm going to choose the first one. I'm going to work from top to bottom. We have to put something in the scale. I'm going to put 0.25. I'll just put 0.2. And then we need to put a draw sprite underneath in order to make it appear. Okay, so now I have my first piece of my audience, but we can't have him here. We want him up top or down the side over here. So from previous classes, I'm going to put 50, 50. And of course that is our X and Y. X comes over 50, Y comes down 50. So that looks about right. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do the same thing. You could do all 4 at the same time. I recommend that you do one at a time, so you don't confuse. Sometimes when you do too many at a time, they sort of hide behind each other, and you can't see that they're even there. Okay? And again, I'm going to leave the Y at 50. because that's how far I want it to come down. I'm going to add 100 pixels, 150 pixels, hit reset and run, and there we have our little girl up there. Then I'm going to pull out sprite, the dot notation, and the scale, and I'm going to put the third one of my pupils in there. I'm going to keep the scale the same, 0.2. Hit run, and again, it looks pretty good, so I'm going to make it 250 and 50 for the Y. Okay, now I'm going to put my little creature in. Create a sprite, dot notation, scale. I'm going to put 0.2. I may have to change this one because these guys are a little bit bigger. Okay, maybe not. So I'm going to change it by 100 points. So I'm going to make it 350 and 50. Okay. Take your time. You can pause the video if you wanted to take your time for that. So that's that's my background. You can make your background anything you want. We are going to put some main characters in here. So I need more animation. I'm going to go in and I'm going to click add new animation. And I am going to go into animals. For me, I want to have the bouncing ball. So I want something that's going to be able to have like an arm sticking out. I know some kid today used the octopus. Looked pretty good. It came out pretty good. We used the crab today in class at someone's suggestion. So I'm just going to go down and continue the look. And let me see. I'm going to choose the kangaroo. I'm going to say done. Now I have a kangaroo down there. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go back in and get a basketball now. And they would be in sports. Basketball. Done. You see it over there. I'm done. I'm leaving. So there's my kangaroo and basketball. I'm going to go back into my code. And of course we have to do that, add them to our scene. So I'm going to go in, pull it, create a sprite. I'm going to get the sprite dot notation and the scale. I'm just going to go 1 for the scale for now, and I'm going to choose the kangaroo. I'm going to hit run, and it looks pretty good. It looks a little big. Let me size it down to 0.75, 3/4. A little better, and then I want to bring him down. So right now he's at 200. Let me try 300. We can always adjust. That's on the y-axis. That's way too low. So let me change it to 250. Yeah, 255 I'm going to try. I want him to be right on the bottom, like he's on the bottom of the court. $260 maybe? Okay. I'm moving by 5 pixels at a time. Sometimes it's going to be that way. Okay, it looks like he's on the bottom. I'm going to back him up just a little bit to the 175 on the x-axis. Didn't move too much. 160. I have 166, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, his tail's right there in the corner. So good. So we have all that. I got to put my basketball in now. Go ahead and get a variable create sprite. Going to get a dot notation and the scale. I know from doing this a couple times this week that 0.15 for the basketball should be pretty good. So let me look. It looks pretty good. But it's not in the right location. We want it to be over here by the kangaroo's hand. So this is 200, 200. So let's move over. Let's move over the 300. I'll go 300 and 300 and see what it looks like. Closer. Maybe go down 320. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm going to go 295 on the X too, because it would look like he's double dribbling. Okay, so we have everything in place. Now we're going to get some motion going on, some animation. I hope that you remember, we're going to go into World, and we're going to pull out the draw function, and we're going to put it underneath the final sprite. We'll also, and I can't explain this yet. Hopefully as we get further along, I'll be able to understand this better. But I'm going to pull the background and put it inside the draw loop. We also got to bring up the draw sprites. And I think if you hit reset and run, everything stays intact. So we are going to be moving on the y-axis. So we're going to go into sprites. Get sprite. No, excuse me, I'm going to scratch that. We're going to go into variables. We're going to get the variable that says x equals, and we're going to put that underneath background. Then we go into sprites, get the y, and we're going to go into math, and we are going to get a random number and put that in the end. I'm going to hit reset and run. And now you see the ball's up here at 110. So we have it right on the x-axis, but right now it's up high now. So we need to bring it down. I am going to use the numbers I have for the kangaroo. So I'm going to put 295 just to get a starting point, 400 in the random number. It's bouncing a little high. Let's go 315. Okay? So we have our motion. We have our animation. Final thing we're going to put in, we are going to put some text in. So we know how to do this. We've done this before. I'm going to go back over into the drawing toolbox. First thing I'm going to get is fill color. I'm going to put it underneath the draw sprites, the yellow draw sprites inside the loop. And then I'm going to get text size. And we figured out that 25 is a good size for us. And then we're going to go get the one that says text strxy. And we're going to put that underneath. And you put something clever in there. And I don't know. What can we put in there for a kangaroo bouncing a ball? I'll put go-roo. Like someone's calling it out. And I know that 015 is not going to work. So I'm going to go 200, 200. Reset. Run. Oh, and I got to change that color from yellow because yellow is just not going to work. Black. Okay, so not quite where I want it to be. Let me go 175. Still not enough. I'll go 150. Okay. So if you get all that done, that is a complete assignment. I will roll up a little bit and leave it there. getting the sprites in place, if you take your time, is not that difficult. Some of the mistakes I've been seeing is people are putting scale up in the dot notation, and that's messing them up. If you see the red block, that's usually where your error is, and until you fix all your bugs, it's not going to work. Good luck. If you don't get it done, I'm going to mark it down. It should not be that difficult for a group like you. So thank you, and I will see you guys soon. I'll be in, but it won't be until after 10.